nature-based solutions are a crucial part of our ICF.
We're coming to the end of the third international climate finance round for the UK. Are you going to be using COP to announce the fourth ICF target?
That's going to come after COP and after our budget at the end of November. And we're obviously working through what our overseas development budget means for so-called ICF4. I mean, we're proud of what we've done in ICF3, 11.6 billion of contributions, and it's in our national interest to do this. Working with other countries, for example, on deforestation, countering deforestation, we've seen over £1 billion to counter deforestation as part of ICF3, but ICF4, that will come later.
And as part of that budget, which obviously we won't see for a little bit, a lot of NGOs like the WWF and the Nature Conservancy are calling for a third of ICF4 to be explicitly around nature-based solutions and protecting nature. Is that something that you can commit to? Is that something that the government's considering?
Well, we'll look at the precise proportions in due course, but absolutely nature-based solutions are a crucial part of our ICF. In a sense, though, you've got to be guided a bit by, or a lot, by developing countries and where they see the priority. The call I hear a lot at this COP, and I think it's going to be part of the negotiation of the next 2 weeks, is money for adaptation. If there's one area where developing countries feel they are underfunded, in particular, I mean, they feel across the board, but in particular around adaptation to climate change. And it's not surprising, really, when you see things like Hurricane Melissa, which obviously hit Jamaica really hard. Countries really feel the need for adaptation funding, and this is often something that is harder to get hold of because it tends not to work through loans. You need to have grants, and so that's, nature-based solutions, adaptation, they're a big focus of the next round of ICF.
And as part of that adaptation focus, which I agree has been underserved so far, is the government considering anything around direct cash transfers, or are you sort of still sticking with more traditional funding mechanisms?
Look, we look at a range of funding mechanisms, both bilateral help through international institutions. My sense of this is one of the biggest complaints of developing countries was the money just not flowing. So money being allocated but not actually getting out of the door. And so the so-called quality of finance, as well as things like adaptation, are really, really important. And this is one of the things that my team is engaged on, working on making sure that money flows. Of course, it's got to be well spent, but that the money doesn't just get held up for year after year. That's another big priority for us.